Hey everybody, welcome to FSD Driver. My name is Jim, and today we are in downtown St. Paul. We are just getting out of a Minnesota Wild game, so it is an event. We're not supposed to take a left-hand turn here, but the car puts its blinker on, and then the gentleman behind me starts to slam on his horn, and so I break it out of FSD, and we take a right-hand turn. Now, the car navigation here, it is set up to basically take the outskirts of the city, but it is a nightmare to get to. So we're going to cover five things. There is human behavior, dynamic environment changing, proximity obstacles, signal and sign ambiguity, and complex traffic rules. Now, these are all five things that we're going to see in this video. So first off, human behavior. Everybody is trying to get an edge over everybody else. They're trying to take the path of least resistance so that they can get to wherever they're going. People are jaywalking. People are not using crosswalks. I'm guilty of this as well. People are ignoring signs and just walking. This gentleman in the white car, he has changed the environment dramatically. Why? Because now he's in the middle of an intersection and my car has to take a left-hand turn, but now my car needs to adjust and figure out a way around this person. And so that's what it does. But the problem is that there's new obstacles that are in the way, such as people on crosswalks. There's also a gentleman on the corner of the street in the middle of the intersection, and then there are people in the other crosswalk, and you'll see all this. Now, I do want to let you know I have to assist my car every single time and step on the accelerator for it to commit its actual move through this whole video. The car never just does it on its own. I have to always commit the car to do it. So the car is steering itself, but it's me stepping on the accelerator, and then I have to break it out of the accelerator once I see this guy and these other people walking. And so we just can't complete that with FSD. So the car, I would say, does not work in a very busy area. The other thing is the close proximity to other vehicles. I believe we need to have a LiDAR on these vehicles because the vision only system I don't think is always great, especially when people have tail ends sticking out, things like that. Even on the visualization, sometimes it's not like a perfect match to what I'm actually seeing. Again, we have jaywalkers, it's the human behavior. The other thing is the signs and the signals, they are changing, and then the traffic rules change with those signs. What do I mean by that? Well, we're at the end of an event, a sporting event. There are officers that will park their cars on the side of the road. They'll have their lights on. They will ignore traffic signs. They will ignore turn only lanes. They will wave people through with wands. The car needs to be able to handle all of those complexities, and it just can't do it. And so I, again, am constantly stepping on the accelerator. Coming up to this intersection right here, this is kind of a crazy one. This car in front of me is going to be in the left-hand straight turn lane. This lane to the right of me is a right-only lane, and I have a green light. My car will navigate around, but this officer decided to let all these people cross. He then looks at me and says, "Oh, I need to stop traffic." And then my car wants to actually go around to oncoming traffic, so I have to break it out of FSD rather than just waiting for all those pedestrians to get out of the road. So there are all these little nuances, and we're not even driving very far, but the car always acts a little different. You'll notice it right here as well. A car is going to pull up on the right because he wants to actually get out of this parking lot. And the car in front of me is going to actually allow him to do it by putting his reverse lights on and actually backing up. It's just like a Minnesota thing, by the way. Everybody's trying to let everybody out, and so we don't go anywhere. But the reason why I don't think a Robotaxi will work in these situations is because the cars are not communicating with each other. And the two biggest things here, or three biggest things here, is cars have to worry about other cars. They're not communicating, so nobody knows what to do. Number two, you have people jaywalking, walking in between cars. It's just the human behavior of a pedestrian. The third thing is these traffic lights and these signals. They're changing, and you'll notice that in this video as well. And I'll try to keep the video at its normal speed, but I'll stop commentary in a little bit. But you'll start noticing like officers are waving me through with a wand, and the car doesn't know what to do. It starts to like come to a stop, and so I always have to step on the accelerator. So I'm assisting the car in all of this through the whole thing. This is not full self driving. This is me in full self driving, assisting it, and then ripping it out of full self driving when it doesn't do the thing I want it to do. And so this is it's 2 city blocks is basically all I'm going, and the car just cannot do it, especially on 12.5.4.1. And so I think this brings up a lot of great things to talk about, such as having actual sensors put back on the vehicle because it's nighttime, it's dark. Car lights are changing, traffic lights are changing. What if there was some fog in the city tonight? We got a clear night. But can a vision only system actually do this? I just don't think it can. The other thing is the complexity of the human behavior. Is your robotaxi just going to sit and wait forever for that guy in the center of the intersection to like get out of the way, or does it need you to assist it? But there are no pedals to assist it or no way to break it out of FSD. The other thing is the signals that I'm getting from police officers. They're ignoring the red lights and telling me to go through this red light, but my car doesn't know that. And so there's just so many small things, and it's a lot of things. It's a lot of little things that add up very quickly. And I just don't think robo taxis are there. I believe personally, robotaxi is 10 years away. We need cars to start communicating with each other. We need to reinforce the rules of pedestrians, of no jaywalking. We need to widen our roads. Again, here's a good example. There's a police officer that changed the environment because his car's in the center of the intersection and he's blocking things off. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pretty much end commentary here. You'll notice at when I make this turn, though, this officer is waving me through on a red light, and I have to step on the accelerator in order for the car to make the turn. And then once we get out of the city, the car will just continue to drive like it normally does, and it will do a fantastic job on all of those roads. But in the end of an event, crowded city, lots of people, it's just not working the way it's supposed to. And that's the only time, honestly, I would want to take a robo taxi. Why? Because I don't need to pay a parking fee. I don't need to worry about getting to my destination outside of the city. But with just the complexity of this simple 2 turns, and it can't do it in FSD now, I just don't think it's going to be able to do it in robo taxi. Actually, in my opinion, I think they could do it if they map cities and they found the least busiest roads with pedestrians and only allowed you to go to like 4 points in the city. It might not take you to your destination, but it would get you close. Again, this guy's waving me through. My car slows down. I have to step on the accelerator. Now, from here on out, the car does everything fantastic by itself. So leave your comments below. Tell me your thoughts. I really want to know what you guys are thinking about this drive. Again, it's nighttime. We're in the city. It's a downtown event that just ended. There's people, there's cars doing weird things. Everybody's trying to get an edge on each other. Let me know in the comments if you guys think we're closer to full self-driving or we're actually a lot further than most people are actually saying we are.